Welcome back to the channel. So you asked, I'm delivering. Sorry it took so long because it's been requested for weeks. We're talking about Dumont's Bravanzo Baron. I've heard hybrid of like red tobacco meets Carlisle, because yes, red tobacco and Carlisle are not the same fragrance, no matter what the internet forums want to tell you. They are not. And you know what? It is a hybrid of that. It does remind me of elements of red tobacco and Carlisle. And we'll dive into that in a moment. This was sent to me by the good folks at Perfume Box. They are an exclusive distributor for Dumont. There's a code and a link down below if you're interested in picking this up. It is affiliated. I do earn a small commission if you happen to make a purchase, but that is your prerogative. You can just hang and check out my thoughts on the video, which I do appreciate you being here for, because my thoughts have nothing to do with Perfume Box sending this my way. My motto is sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, and if it falls in between, I tell you why I think it falls in between, and I can tell you right now, spoiler, it's maybe good. Stay tuned. So let's take a look at the bottle, shall we? Nice and black, matte black finish. Not a big fan of these bottles. They kind of the Dumont fragrances, they just kind of you know. Dumont's got some really nice bottles. Metal with plastic filling. Doesn't click into place, but it holds pretty well. And it's got a decent atomizer. It's not their best, but far from their worst. It went down quick. I got a little hit of it. Got that ceiling fan rolling, but when you spray this one, I immediately get like the resinous apple sweet smell of Carlisle. Parfums de Marly Carlisle. Then I get a little bit of the tobacco incense sweetness, that just pungence of Mancera red tobacco. Like, I feel like this is what people think claim Carlisle smells like, because this straight up smells like red tobacco and Carlisle blended together. And if you read these forums over the years, they'll say they'll rate that the two are very similar. And there is some similarity to the two, but Carlisle's not a tobacco fragrance. Never has been, never will be unless they change the formula in the future. And it's not loaded with incense and stuff like that. Like the smoke and the tobacco are the biggest separator here and the oud for red tobacco versus Carlisle. Whereas here, I feel like, I don't even know, is oud in here? I'll pull the notes up. I have had the notes up on screen for you guys. There's that caramel note for the sweetness, but I don't see oud on here, but you have leather, the osmanthus. That's a very distinctive earthy floral from Carlisle's profile. But I mean, there's no denying this is like the hybrid of the hybrids for the warmer weather, for the cooler weather. I mean, for resinous, earthy, smoky, tobacco sweet fragrances. If you like stuff like that, I could see why people have been requesting me do this review that have it, because they love it, and I could see why. Because it marries the two profiles pretty much perfectly. This is a phenomenal hybrid. This saves the hassle of you trying to layer the two. There's no need, because I'm sure this would be kind of a similar smell to what you would get if you layered those two. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's probably, because I have them down there, I do really like the Cologne twist that they have. I think that's my favorite in this line. So I'll put this as a close second of this Bravanzo line. And as far as overall Dumont, it doesn't crack my top 5. Honestly. Top 10? Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I've got like freaking over 20. Yeah, definitely over 20 Dumont fragrances at this point. And it cracks in the top 10, but it can't make my top 5 because pretty much majority of my top 5 is the Barouge line plus Nitro Red. You know, it's that's the way to go. But if you're looking for what people claim Carlisle to be, they claim it's this profile. Now you can actually get that claim in a bottle. The quality here is really good. I wouldn't call it niche tier, but I definitely wouldn't call it synthetic designer tier. Again, earthy tobacco, smoky, spicy, syrupy, sweet. That caramel gives that thick sweetness. You have the earthy florals, the resinous smell to this one. It's nice and, I guess, not really animalic, but let's say oriental and resinous as it dries down. A real woodsy, leathery, resinous type of smell. It's really good. Cool weather stuff, not good for this time of year. Definitely not high humidity heat that I'm dealing with, but man, this stuff smells good. Performance. 8+ hours, because that's how I rate them, but 12+, really. Projection 2 to 3 hours. Heavy. Straight up heavy. You don't need a lot of sprays. Less is more. 2 to 3, it's plenty. Plenty. It's really strong. Moderate sillage. Nice, strong whiffs. Not overwhelming. I wouldn't call it moderate heavy or far from heavy. Heavy sillage is like you're suffocating people for 12 hours. That's heavy sillage. That's why you hardly ever I don't know if I've ever given anything a heavy sillage rating. Maybe once or twice, and it's been a long time. But moderate, because you will get strong whiffs of it throughout the entirety. You're going to smell yourself. I don't really go nose blind to this one, so I smell myself constantly when I have this one on when I'm testing. So if you're the type that doesn't like to just smell yourself nonstop for 10 or 12 hours, keep that in mind if you get similar performance to what I get from this one, because some fragrances you can get tired of them for half the day, just nonstop. Every time you breathe through your nose, you smell it. Think about that. That can be tiresome with any fragrance. You get that kind of performance out of this. At least I do off of my skin. So across the board, this is a straight up beast. Final thoughts on Bravanzo Baron from Dumont. So, wearability is on the lower end, because it's very seasonal specific. But the scent and performance are so knock your socks off impressive, it makes it a 9.5 out of 10. It's an outstanding fragrance. It's pretty much strictly cooler weather. It's just too much for the heat. I mean, you can do what you want. I'm not going to wear it in the heat. I'm not wild like that. I'm wild, but not wild like you are if you want to wear this crap in the heat, in the just crazy humidity, because that's what it would be like, crap. It'll be suffocatingly just bad. Because I've been doing testing. I've been doing test sprays. I'm not putting 4 or 5 sprays on and going out to the beach. This ain't the fragrance for that. I can test these in the warm weather properly and give a proper review without having to just destroy my senses, because that's exactly what this will do. So it's impressive. It is cooler fall, cold winter, evenings especially, but yeah, you can wear this one during the day if you like the profile. I just would recommend it be like hoodie weather or a bomber jacket of some sort, or some kind of jacket weather, not just rocking a t-shirt. It's warm enough where you can still rock a t-shirt comfortably. That's I think still too warm for this one. So keep that in mind. Obviously, it's just my opinion. You do whatever you want. You are a grown adult, I would assume, watching this video, that makes their own money and spends their own money on whatever they want. You spray it 20 sprays if you want. You wild if you do, but you spray this 20 times if you want, or you spray a half a spray and you enjoy it either way. That is your prerogative. But for me, that was my thoughts on everything. I think it's a 9.5 out of 10. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Bravanzo Baron. Thank you, everybody that requested for me to do this one. Thank you, Perfume Box, for sending this my way, so I was able to see what everybody was talking about. Because, yeah, it is that good. It is that good. Definitely cold weather specific, though, man. This is a heavy, rich, sweet, earthy, resinous oriental fragrance. It's really potent. Really, really potent stuff. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and love hearing from you guys. Get your credit. Whomever it was that was saying I would like this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Oh, have you tried Baron yet? Baron's a banger. Baron's this, Baron's that. Comment down below. Get your credit. You deserve it. Because you were right. All of you that said this was really good, you were absolutely right. This is outstanding, as a matter of fact. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Bravanzo Baron and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.